Yes, we are back again with another method of solving quadratic equation. This time around, it is called the method of factorization, or the factorization method. So we're going to start immediately without wasting time. We're starting from number one. We have x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0. Remember, this one is called the method of factorization, meaning that you have to, like, we have three numbers here. We have x squared, we have another one x, and we have minus 2. We want to regroup them in 4 ways such that we can factorize them. So what is the trick behind it? We want to multiply. Remember, general form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So the trick here is that you have to multiply a and the constant term, and then find the two numbers such that whenever you multiply them, you should have this, and then whenever you add them, you should have this. So going back, let us go back to the equation again. So we have x equals to 0. What two numbers is it that when we multiply it, remember, we say minus 1 times minus 2 is going to give us minus 2. So multiplying this and this will give us minus 2. What two numbers is it that when we multiply, we have minus 2, but when we add, we have plus 1. So the two numbers, without wasting time, is 2 and minus 1. Of course, when you say minus 1 times 2, you are going to have minus 2. But when you add it, minus 1 plus 2, you are going to have 1. So this one satisfies our rule. So rewriting, we can say this is x squared. So instead of writing just this x, we say this is minus x, then plus 2x minus 2 equals to 0. So we have been able to regroup these two values to enable us to factorize. So we can now factorize this and this, factorize this and this. So what do we do? X squared minus x. What is common? We have x. When we remove x from here, what is left is x. When we remove x from this, we have minus 1 left. So we have 2x minus 2. What is common? We write 2. When we remove x here, we remove 2 from 2x, we are left with x. And then when we remove 2 from minus 2, we are left with minus 1 equals to 0. So we see that this one has in bracket x minus 1, we have x minus 1. So we can factorize, meaning that x minus 1 is common to both sides. When looking at this expression here, x into x minus 1, when we remove x minus 1 out of it, what is left is going to be x. Then looking at this, when we remove x minus 1, we are going to be left with plus 2. Plus 2 equals to 0. So we are now left with x minus 1 into x plus 2 equals to 0. Now there are criteria for 0 when for the product, for a product to give you 0. So if you are multiplying two numbers, for instance a times b equals to, and it gives you 0, it is either a is 0 or b is 0. So if a is 0 and b is not 0, it means that a times 0 is 0, or 0 times b is going to give you 0. So these are the two criteria. So it is assumed when we consider what we have in the bracket there, or in the bracket, it is either x minus 1 is equals to 0, or it is either x plus 2 is 0. So if this is the case number 1, we say that x is now taking this minus to the other side, it becomes, or adding 1 to both sides, we have x is equals to 1, or x moving this one over to the other side becomes minus 2. So the final solution to our problem is x is equals to minus 2 or 1, as we had from the previous two methods. So you can see that x is equals to -2 or x is equals to 1. As simple as that. Yes, we shall quickly rush over to number 2. Question number 2 says 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. So we are still going to look for two numbers. Yes, two numbers. Now we are going to multiply this this 2 times 1 will give us 2. Will give us 2. So we are going to look for two numbers such that when we multiply them we have 2. But then when we add it we have 3. So the two numbers are -1 and -2. -1 times -2 is going to give us 2. -1 plus -1 is going to give us -3. So we can split our 2x. Rewriting our equation, we have 2x squared. Instead of writing -3x, we're going to write -2x minus x. So -1x and -2x will give us -3x. So plus 1 equals to 0. You see the tricks. So here we have 2 and we have 2. Here we have x, we have x. So we factorize out our 2x into, when we remove 2x from here, we are left with x. When we remove 2x here, we are left with 1. So this is -1. Then here we have -x and 1. So what is common? 1. But then this one is having minus. So we have -1 into, when we remove -1 from this x, minus x, we have x left. -1, what can we do? Minus, and this is plus. We have to multiply with another minus, meaning we must add minus here, because minus times minus will give us the value of this plus here. So -1. So what do we have? We have x minus 1, we have x minus 1. So we factorize, we say x minus 1. From this